What's up, viewers? It's Ultimus553 here, and today I am doing review number 11, and this week I'm going to be reviewing The Incredible Hulk, the second movie in Phase 1 of the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
So what did I think of The Incredible Hulk? Well, it was good. Um, it didn't really feel like part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe at all, because this was like the turning point of the Marvel. This is like the very beginning of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Like this is released the same year as Iron Man, because because Marvel has the idea of releasing at least 2 movies a year now. With Phase 3, they're releasing 2 to 3 movies a year, which is insane, but also very good at the same time. So yeah, and The Incredible Hulk, it was good. It was different and did not feel like part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe at all. It feel like the kind of same universe until the very end. At the very end, that was perfect, because like you didn't really know much about Incredible Hulk. And, like it's like you feel like it's one of those standalone movies that just exists on its own. And then the greatest part of the movie was at the very end, when you have so General Ross is sitting at a bar, at a XM bar, and at the very end he had this post-credit scene of Tony Stark, not Iron Man, just Tony Stark himself, stepping through the door, and General Ross is like, Stark, what's going on, like that, and then so he starts, and then he tells him, what if I told you, I was gonna put together a team, and that happened, and then the moment you hear that, it's like, oh my gosh, the Hulk's gonna be in the Avengers, because everyone knows that, like, putting together a team means the Avengers, and that is totally what it means. Which I found really awesome, was it's gonna be the Avengers. Although what I had to say is I was disappointed that I would have liked Edward Norton, who plays Bruce Banner, the Hulk in this movie, to have come back for the Avengers. Although I say the Hulk they have in the Avengers is better. I'll get to that. I'll get to that when I do that episode. But this one, it definitely felt. I didn't like it as much as the. Unfortunately, I have to say this. I know you're gonna hate me if I say this, but I have to say it. I did not. I like the Eric Bana 2003 Hulk movie, simply titled Hulk, better than this one, the Incredible Hulk, because it just, I don't know, because I mean the one thing I really didn't like about that was part of the movie where Bruce has to he's in a like his chopper or something, and he has to go down and face the Abomination, which is basically what I think one of the guys I think one of the guys, or the main villain of the movie, he wants to like kill Bruce Banner or something, so he uses the same serum or radiation or whatever that causes Bruce Banner to turn into a Hulk, which causes him to become not the Hulk but the Abomination, which is insane. That fight was so awesome. It really was. But I didn't like was when he had changed into Hulk, but he wasn't angry. So he jumps down. He's about halfway down, and he's like, "Oh shit!" Because he knows he's not getting angry. And then he sees Green Eye, like, "Oh yeah, he's gonna do it." But this time, no. Normally he just doesn't really get angry. Like he has to sometimes it'll be an accident. He'll just get angry and start even transforming, and suddenly his arms will bulge, and his shirt will ripping and stuff like that, and that kind of stuff. This is what you don't think of the Hulk. But for this one, I noticed that he forced himself to get angry. He was like that, like in the Lego Superhero Marvel game that they had, in the mechanic of the game um where excuse me, where you can literally force Bruce Banner to turn into the Hulk, which is kind of, it doesn't seem right. It just, like, that's not something you force yourself to do. Just force yourself to become a particular monster by forcing him to get angry. Just like think angry thoughts. Just like force yourself, because that's not how it works. It's never how it works. Bruce Banner only becomes the Hulk when he's angry and agitated, and that happens usually by accident. it's not. I mean, I don't read the comics. I'm just putting it out there. I don't read the comics. Never have. I read the basic comics of Spider-Man, but like I don't really read the comics at all. But I do know from like reading the history of the superheroes. I do know that that like for example, Bruce Banner, he turns into the Hulk by um he just it happens. Like he can't control it, and he doesn't like force himself to become angry. He just whenever he just feels like feels really angry, he just becomes really mad and starts getting like transform. He just starts transforming. But the scene, he's falling down and he's like, oh shit, he forces himself to get angry and causes himself to transform into. And then the next thing you see this huge fist come out of the wreck he is under. Also, it has a pretty good cast. It has Sam Elliott, I think his name. Oh no, sorry, Wilma. I'm thinking of the Eric Bana movie. So you got William Hurt who plays General Ross, who is I guess he's like a character. He's like a general who's kind of like interested in the Hulk, investigating the Hulk kind of thing. Um, and he's actually in the new Civil War movie. Um, Same actor. Pretty cool. It has a good cast. It has William Hurt who plays General Ross. In the comics, General Ross is actually known as the Red Hulk because I think he's the same kind of thing that causes him to get angry. I think it's the same thing for Bruce Banner, except he's basically the Hulk, except he's a red version of the Hulk. Basically. I don't know. Who knows? So yeah. Uh, and it has Liv Tyler, who, if you don't know who she is, she's a beautiful actress. She played Arwen in the Lord of the Rings trilogy. She's fantastic. She's so hot. She is. She's one of those like really, really beautiful, gorgeous actresses in the world. She did really good in that movie. But this movie, she plays. You remember the Eric Bana Hulk movie from 2003? That one starred Jennifer Connelly as Betty Ross, who's kind of like a sort of a mutual love interest, like sort of. I mean, I guess in a way she's like an ex girlfriend of Banner, of Banner, or it may even may not even be that. It may just be like a regular just girlfriend. She's just a girlfriend. She's played by Jennifer Connelly in the Eric Bana movie. And then in this movie, she's played by Liv Tyler, who does just as good as a performance. And there's actually a really good point in this movie where it's kind of not to the comics where he's getting dressed because he was like the previous night he was the Hulk, and so he's in all like naked in his clothes. So he finds I think he's in either his house or Betty Ross's house, and so he finds a pair of shorts. I may even be thinking of the. No, I'm pretty sure I'm thinking of this one. I was thinking I might have been thinking of the Eric Bana movie, which in my opinion was good. I like that. I mean, I know it's pretty bad to some people, but I have my opinion. Um, he has a scene where this is classic from the comics, and it also is kind of just memorable from the entire Marvel Cinematic Universe. Um, he finds a pair of shorts that are purple, and and purple has always been the color of the Hulk's shorts when he transforms. And he finds just I guess they're too large or something, so I can't put them on, which is very funny. Although Mark Ruffalo dons the same colored, but the same colored type of color, but he wears like a purple shirt, which kind of references the comics because he wore like shorts. So yeah, I felt it was a very good movie. The battle scene between Abomination and the Hulk was pretty good. Also, like the Stanley cameo was fantastic. And then I think it's the first non-speaking role he's ever done. I think every movie before, or I think every movie before that he's had a speaking role. I think I might be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure Stanley has a cameo speaking role. But of course, Stanley is famous for his Marvel movie cameos. He's been in every single Marvel movie except a couple of them. He wasn't in the Wolverine, and he wasn't in Days of Future Past because he was like, I don't know, away from the film or something, or too far away. Anyway, so this is for this movie. There's a cameo where he drinks. I think it's a bottle. It's a soda or something. It has like gamma stuff in it. So he drinks it. He falls over and basically dies or something. I don't know. It's pretty interesting. But this movie was very good because actually there's a character that you see at the end, towards the end of Hulk, actually of the Incredible Hulk. Actually, it's when they're trying to like sail Hulk down and they're trying to get him to not just like grow back to like shrink down to Bruce Banner size, which is pretty cool. Um, and so there's a character who I believe he was in a couple of movies. He was in Holes. He was in Our Brother, Oh Brother Where Art Thou, which is a very fantastic movie. Um, he was the other warden, like the just kind of like the guy who's the water guy. I don't know. You recognize him. But he was in that movie, and in the comics he is like, I think he's supposed to be another um, Marvel Comics superhero or something. I can't remember. But and apparently, and you can actually see him start to transform into that character. I can't actually remember. But yeah, The Incredible Hulk was a very good movie. This is and the favorite line from the movie is when Hulk is he's like ready to take on Abomination, and he's like the classic line, Hulk smash, and he fights him. But yeah, also the times where Betty Ross is played by Liv Tyler is trying to calm down the Hulk. It's raining. That was fantastic. He seems just kind of more CGI, a lot more. And I think he actually encounters his father, who becomes kind of like a Hulk, kind of a human Hulk. He's just kind of like gets all crazy. Yeah, this movie was really good. I really liked it, especially when you see Tony Stark at the end of the movie. That was fantastic. I didn't expect that. I think no one expected that because I just assumed that. I mean, we didn't even know that this was like a Hulk franchise. We didn't even know this was like the first phase of an entire Marvel Cinematic Universe, like this one is. Because you see Tony Stark in Iron Man, and then you see Incredible Hulk, and then you see Tony Stark in Iron Man, in Incredible Hulk at the end of that, in the post-credit scene, played by Robert Downey Jr., of course. And he's like telling General Ross about what have I told you, we're putting together a team. And then he's like, who is we, or something, and that's a reference to the Avengers, and the fact that Hulk's gonna be in the Avengers is pretty cool. But yeah, there's a lot of destruction in this movie, just a lot of like mayhem. It's a fantastic movie, it really is. It's great. It really feels amazing. I just loved it. It was fantastic. It really was. I mean, everything about it. It was. Although I do have to, unfortunately, disagree, or I mean not disagree, just kind of like say this. I felt it really bad. I felt horrible that they killed off Bruce Banner's dog in this movie. That was sad. It was like, oh my gosh. Ugh. Also, it felt like Bruce Banner was on the run in this movie. This is a very different movie than most movies in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Also, I think there's a point in the movie where you see there's supposed to be a cameo from Spider-Man. I don't even think it's not really even a cameo. It's just kind of like it looks like Spider-Man. You can see if you have to catch it, but you can see there's a guy who's like swinging around, but you can see it looks like Spider-Man. I don't even know. But yeah, so yeah, there's not really much else I can say on the Incredible Hulk. It was a good movie. I liked it. Incredible Hulk was really, really good. Because the Abomination was just like, oh my god, he was so freaky. He just freaked me out. I mean, not completely, but he definitely did freak me out. I definitely think that he didn't. The thing I like about Mark Ruffalo's Banner is the fact that he looks kind of his face kind of resembles that of the Hulk. And as the Hulk kind of moved on, he just kind of became more deafening, just different, like huge. I mean, obviously huge, but like just all over the place. Like that. I mean, honestly, I have to say that that it just felt. I liked the old movie, the 2003 movie. I'm just saying, I liked it. It was good. So yeah, there's not much else I can say. I mean, obviously they didn't have the origin story of how Bruce Banner got his powers, because that was explored in the 2003 movie, with Eric Bana. But this one, I didn't hate it, but it could have done better. It was good, especially at the end. So yeah, there's not much else I can say on the Incredible Hulk. It definitely felt very long. There was at least one. There wasn't many mentions of the previous movie because it hasn't really been established yet. It was a reference to the Avengers, of course, because yeah, the team. But the fact that Tony Stark was at the end, when it's in the end, wow, that was phenomenal. That was fantastic. I love that part. So yeah, that's all I can say for this episode of Reviewed. So yeah, thank you for watching. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel, as always. Um, and I'll see you next time for the next episode of Reviewed, and that'll be you know what. Um, so yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.